One thing I like to do is take my own food with me on my travels. Not only does this save me time and money, but it also keeps me on track. So I'll even take my own cutlery, for example. And you can take frozen beef with you on planes as long as it's individually wrapped, sealed in a leak proof bag, and frozen solid. They have no problem with that. I also take a lot of butter. And of course, hard boiled eggs. They're a must. Then, I like to take a skillet or a griddle with me. This is easy to pack and easy to make your own sirloin steaks or meals inside the room. And every hotel that I've ever encountered has a fridge, so you can just shove that meat right back in there as long as it's double wrapped or even triple wrapped inside that fridge because it makes sure that there's no leaks or spillage as it thaws. Then I throw in my other cold items that need to be refrigerated, and after a long day of traveling, I was ready to turn in for the night. But I really enjoyed the view from the hotel room. In the morning, I went down to the casino to explore around. The Silver Legacy Casino was built over an old silver mine, and many of its old relics remain there on display to this day. In the middle of the casino, the old silver mining rig owned by Sam Fairchild still stands. According to the plaque, it is said that the mine is haunted. The mining rig stands over 130 feet tall and is quite the sight to see. The backside of the rig was converted into a bar with a pirate theme. I found that quite out of place. There were many shops and restaurants within the casino resort, and as you walked down the walkway of the casino, the floor had the names engraved in stars of famous people who have visited. The entire resort is its own city in downtown Reno and is owned and operated by Caesars Entertainment. There are many restaurants within the resort, including a food court that had Panda Express and a pizzeria. It has over 1,700 hotel rooms and suites and is 42 stories high. It encompasses 3 different casinos, including the El Dorado and the Circus Circus, with inside the resort. I was actually having fun exploring around in the resort. It was eerily empty and there was not a lot of action, so I kept on wandering around and trying to find new things. It was kind of fun. I even got lost at one point, but found my way back to the silver mine. That was my go-to point if I got lost. And then I went back around again. There were so many neat things to explore, and really honestly, it was kind of fun. On my way around the casino, I passed by several restaurants, including the Brew Brothers. It looked good, but it was closed. I then went down to the bottom floor on an escalator next to this fountain. I fell in love with this fountain. Who wouldn't want to take home this fountain? If I could have found a way to pack it in my suitcase and take it home with me, I would have. This section of the casino was quite dark, and there was a restaurant named Roxy. It looked more like a bar. It was still closed. Maybe it served some seafood and some steak, but it looked like it was a bar to me. I stumbled upon the fitness center, where the equipment looked really nice, although unused. And then around the corner was the spa, where you could get beaten up by a masseuse. Then I discovered the pool, and the pool was not really what I had expected. It was only 3.5 feet deep, and there was no shade. It sat directly in the hot desert sun, heating up to bathtub temperature. So I went back inside. I came across another steakhouse, but it was closed. So I rounded the corner, and there was Gordon Ramsay's kitchen. I was really excited about that, but it too was closed. Just out of curiosity, I looked at the menu and I was surprised. Brussels sprouts were $14.95. I wouldn't pay anybody for Brussels sprouts. And for the adventurous, they could get crispy skinned salmon for $47.95. A little too rich for my taste. But for the eccentric, they could get a 34-ounce porterhouse, gluten free, of course, for $174.95. Alas, I had steak waiting for me back in my room. Back in my room, I decided to make a cup of coffee. Coffee is very important for the modern Viking. I want to say that I travel about 900 miles per year. I also drink about 22 gallons of coffee in a year. Therefore, you could say that I get about 41 miles per gallon. But coffee can be so expensive. This is one trick I use to save money on all of my travels. Most hotel rooms offer either a coffee pot or a Keurig. Some hotels offer complimentary coffee even. Either way you go, this is very simple. You just make a hot pot of coffee in your room and avoid the expensive baristas out in town. When you find instant coffee on sale in your home store, you pick it up because instant coffee can last quite a long time and it's convenient to pack in your luggage. So, when you go on a travel, you just put your instant coffee into your luggage. I also bring my own coffee mug and sweetener to make things more convenient. Just make some hot water in your room and pour in your instant coffee and sweetener. Oops. Ignore what just happened there. That didn't happen. Anyways, you can save a lot of money bringing your own coffee and your sweetener. Now that I have my coffee made, it is time to cook my steak. Bringing your own food with you on your travels can also save hundreds of dollars. Just remember to pack steak knives, silverware, and plates as well. Since this griddle is so small, I cut the steak in slices and place the slices on the grill. While that cooks, I go ahead and peel one of the hard-boiled eggs that I brought. And it looks delicious. I slather the cooked steak with the butter. Then I cut the second half of the steak, slap that on the grill while I enjoy the first half. By the time I get done eating the first half, the second half of the steak is perfect. Cleanup is super simple as well. Just throw the juice in the toilet and flush. Then rinse the container and clean. Next, wipe down the griddle with a paper towel. I usually get a stack of paper towels from the front desk, or I plunder the cleaning service cart when I see it. Lastly, I throw all the trash in the trash bag and seal it up. It is easy as that. By cooking my own steak meals for 3 days, I saved over $180. And that, my friends, is worth every penny. Hey, if you like this content, please subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment below on your best travel tips. Lika till.